Okay, we're going to be watching Raymondkch, who's playing Ramattra on Junkertown in Platinum PC. So a bit of context, I'm a tank main, always hovered around Platinum, playing everything from solo queues to 5-man games, but haven't seemed to be able to get past Plat. I like to think I should be in higher rank, but I'd love to know what I could do better in most of these games to get myself there. My best tanks were Winston and Rhine, but in the current meta and at this rank, I feel as though they aren't the best picks. I disagree. I think Winston is amazing still, but Rhine is fine. So this season, I mainly played Orisa, and now a lot of Ramattra, who I'm finding very strong for all game modes. I understand Hog is the strongest tank right now, but he's one of my worst, so I only play him if it's needed. Sure, it's fair. I'm a tank in these games. I'm also queued for one of the supports, usually Anna, which is HWN something 3P1C, who I also feel should be higher rank. In a lot of these games, we feel like we're being DPS diffed. I mean, you're a tank and a support. There's not much else on the team other than blaming yourselves. I know this is a common complaint, so I'd love to know what I can do to help alter that and still win games, even if our DPS may be worse than the opposition's. That may not necessarily be true. And then they posted a bunch of different codes. I picked the one on Junkertown, which is a loss because they said, well, let me read it. This is a rough loss. Honestly, I feel like I could do nothing here. They had a very strong Junker Queen player, but it really did feel like a DPS diff. Using the phrase in quotations, as I think it's a dumb phrase that's used too often, but you get what I mean when saying it. With them having DPS with 17k and 13k, and us having DPS with 7k and 11k, and relative elimination splits. Okay, so for starters, I will say I don't play Ramattra. I don't have Ramattra unlocked yet, even. So, but I've looked through the game quickly, and I noticed that most of the game is not played on Ramattra anyway, so it's not relevant. I think. One, two, I played against Ramattra a lot, so I generally understand when the Ramattra is getting value, when the Ramattra is not getting value. Three, I think most of the problems I'm going to identify, having flipped through this quickly, have nothing to do with your Ramattra play. I will say at start that it is very easy to claim that there is a DPS diff when the DPS have no space. And I think that's probably what you're seeing, is that you simply don't create enough space for your DPS, which doesn't allow them to do things. There may also be a skill difference in some games. I mean, it's not like every game the skill is going to be perfectly even, right? Even the matchmaker says it's even. But I suspect in aggregate, if you're seeing this problem a lot, the problem is you not making space. And I think we can already identify that from just watching this game and seeing what happens. Okay, so let's play. Let's start. Start with Ramattra. You come on the board, you H Dynamite. Okay, no big deal. You do this thing. You spam a little bit. All right, great. Okay, so you already hear something to your left. You turn around, you see the Junker creeps in really far, right? You go up, you Nemesis, you just kind of punch. You miss 2, 3, 4 shots there. It's kind of rough at close range. All right, you put barrier up. Honestly, that barrier should have been placed angled this way instead of to the left because you were actually getting shot from the right, which I could already tell based on the hit marker and the sound. But you're lucky that your Genji is in. This probably saves your life, the fact that the Genji goes in the soldier. All right, back to you. Alright, spam, you do a lot of missing here. It's not, also not a headshot level. You throw that down. Okay, again, you hear more shooting on your left, and you're completely ignoring it. Alright, let's just kind of watch. So, you said the Junkertown was so good this game, okay? So let's pay attention. So Junkertown she's not crouch walking, right? She's not sneaking here. You can hear her the whole time. Right, if we just back up here. So you're just kind of messing around up there. Junkertown is flanked. She's in on your backline. She kills your Hanzo. Right? Pulls the Ana, kills the Ana. What have you done in this period of time? Nothing. Literally nothing. So it's funny that you open by saying, oh, it feels like DPS diff. This looks like a tank diff to me. All right? Your Junker Queen came the first fight. Let's rewind to the first fight. Okay? So you're out there, you're spamming cart. Queen comes up. Right? She sneaks in that time. Okay? Goes on your Ana. Nearly kills the Ana. Right? Gets close. But certainly makes a lot of space here, right? Nobody on your team can do anything right now because the Junker Queen is in your backline. This is the definition of making space, okay? Their team can all just shoot away happily, stand still if they want, because no one's aiming at them, right? Even the Hanzo here, who's super low, isn't being healed by the Kiriko because she's trying to make sure the Ana doesn't die, right? And you see the soldiers putting so much pressure, and they can't peek because they're so low because the Junker Queen came in and did her job, okay? You're out there messing around. Okay, great. You pull back, fine, okay? So it's back to neutral, right? Your Genji dashed in, possibly to save you here. Right? Like, he sees that you're getting shot by the soldier, and he dashes in because you did a bad shield, and you're out of position, right? Super overextended. Both of supports can't see you, right? Kiriko's so far away, healing barely matters. So your Genji dashes in. Takes probably a bad fight, but, like, I understand why your Genji went in here, right? Gets no help from you, okay? and then loses this because there's 2 DPS here and a support. Okay, great, fine. I don't know. I look at that, I'm like, oh, DPS damn it. He's not losing to 1 DPS, right? He's losing to 2 DPS and a support in a dash that he did because you were in there getting attacked by the soldier. Okay, great, fine, whatever. Okay, DPS died, it's fine. Let's look at this again, okay? Junker Queen's in your backline, kills the Hanzo, okay? Why does the Hanzo die here? Because the Hanzo never gets healed. Why does the Hanzo never get healed? Partially because the Kiriko's not aware, but partially because the Kiriko was healing, remember before, she never heals the Hanzo out of this. Right? Because she was busy healing your Ana earlier, okay? Once again, Junker Queen's on your backline. Kills your Ana. You're slow to react, you don't recognize this is happening, you come over here, you do absolutely nothing. Right? Then he kills your Kiriko. This looks like a tank diff to me. So far, he made a ton of space in the first fight, which resulted indirectly to your Hanzo dying, and then came in and killed 2. What have you killed? 0. Have you even gotten anybody low? No, even the Junker Queen, when you dash her, she was not low. There's no world where she was gonna die there. Didn't even need the rest of the team. Okay. So, pin in your spawn, right? You put the shield that doesn't do anything. Okay, and let's watch this. I really love this. Okay, so let's watch this in slow motion. So you're just kind of shooting away, and you've just lost almost 300 health. How much damage did you do? I don't know, 100 maybe. Okay, let's go back and look at this little crouch move. Because I noticed you did it the first time too. Okay, let's look at this. All right, so Ashe at 43, you're Soldier at 34, you're at 57. Okay, she got 6%, 5%. How much you get out of this? I guess you got 14% here, right? And fed about the same amount to them. But I don't think you need to feed this at all, right? If you just waited for your shield, like you take a ton of damage here for no reason, right? Plus the extra ult charge that you feed to the supports as well. I just don't think that's a good play. Like, why would you just take 300 damage there? Like, what's the point? Like, that's not making sense at all. Okay, once again, you're just shooting at this DPS, which is like fine. It's not. I don't know what the shield is. All right, shield is poorly placed. Again, Queen is currently like making this cart area dangerous, right? Which is why your team can't move forwards. You decide to chase after the Queen. Okay, fine. Miss, 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 hit. All right, she's sleeping though. Miss. All right, and then she kills your Ana. Whose fault is this? Are you gonna blame the DPS for the Junker Queen just walking into your team and killing your Ana? This is crazy. Like, the Junker Queen just ignoring you because you're not doing anything to her, right? Like, let's look at it from the Junker Queen's perspective. Let's rewind this back. Okay, Junker Queen's in here, right? Throws a blade. Right, she's kind of spamming. She's controlling this. Right, she's kind of waiting, right? She's make sure she keeps an eye on where you are. Right, throws another one, spams it. Notices that you come in behind her, which means you can't protect the back line, right? She pops rally, walks forward, leaves. Okay, she gets slept here even, right? Ana's doing everything she possibly can to stop you, right? Chases her down and kills her. Does she die for this? Maybe. Maybe not. Right? I think she honestly should have died for this, but right, she gets healed up. Whose fault is this? Like, this is crazy. Like, you haven't done anything. So the Junker Queen now has, what, 4 kills? And you have 0. Right? This cart is not moving because you cannot control this space, okay? For you to move past this choke, this area needs to be controlled, okay? This area needs to be controlled, and the ground needs to be controlled, right? You have not done any of those 3 things. As a Raymondkch, like, literally, you've just been running around, just like spamming people and then punching the Junker Queen who will never die. None of the DPS or the supports are feeling any pressure. When was the last time you hit them? It's that Kiriko that you punched once when you overextended earlier. That is the last time you hit any of the supports. Okay? And DPS, all you do is do like a tiny amount of spam while they were being killed by the Mercy. Okay. Right? And then you just get blown up here. Right? 675 health. Walk up here, you're at 450, and you get double headshot and you die. Right? I mean, you could argue, like, oh, what am I supposed to do? Well, I don't think I would play Raymondkch on this point. I think it's kind of tough to play Raymondkch in this situation, right? Because there's a vertical aspect to it. But that's kind of your problem to deal with. You know what I mean? Like, it's your job as tank to figure out how to solve this puzzle, right? Every fight is a puzzle. And you as a tank, your job is to displace or kill the enemy. You are doing neither of those things. And if you can't do those things, you will not win games. Right? Hopefully that statement is fair, right? It is your job to displace the enemy. Okay? You could say, oh, the DPS are there to help follow up and get kills when you make space, but you haven't made any space, like literally 0 space have you made. See? Your Genji just went and killed a soldier, right? Which more than you've done. How many kills do you have? 0. Right? Like, the Genji kills a soldier while he's being pocketed by a Mercy with another DPS there. You know? And he almost kills the Mercy. What more are you expecting from him? You want to kill all 3 all by himself? Is that what you're expecting? Alright, you come out again. So you have Raymondkch ulti here. Okay, again, a lot of missing, right? All these shots are missing. You see, you're like not even close. You're only about 60% of the distance. Lots and lots of missing. You popped ulti. Right? Notice that while you pop ulti and chase this Kiriko who swift steps away, what's the Junker Queen going? Oh, she's going for your backline again for like the millionth time, which you have just not responded to or had any awareness of whatsoever. Okay? Now you're just like, how can you look at this and be like, I'm providing high value. I popped ulti, ran at a Kiriko, and forced swift step. Does that feel like good value to you? Does that feel like you did your job? Like, oh, if I force one swift step, we're going to win this fight? You know, like you see all these people up here who are just constantly raiding hell down your team, right? And they have defender's advantage, they have high ground, they have cover, they're being pocketed. You're not doing anything, right? Bob's on the cart, and where's the Junker Queen? Well, let's watch her. She goes behind, she's on the Ana, right? Does a cleave, shoots. Ana's trying to stay alive here, kills the Ana. Okay, you're just sitting on the Bob. Nobody's even behind you right now, and everyone is dead. Why? Because you made no space. You made no space, and the Junker Queen ignored you and went after your backline. I mean, I don't know how you are on other maps, but this is like honestly pretty poor Raymondkch playing. It's hard for me to imagine how you could play Raymondkch any worse. Right now you have 0 kills, probably under 500, 600 damage. Okay, so you come out as Hog, right? Again, this is a very straightforward, easy hook. And you said you're bad at Hog, so we'll give you that, okay? But you cannot miss this hook, okay? She's moving left, right relative to you. You cannot miss this hook. Not if you want to climb, right? So, if you're bad at Hog, don't play Hog. You don't have to play Hog. You could play Winston here. You can play Ryan here, right? You can play D.Va here. You can play Sigma here. There's like all these options. You don't have to play this hero where you're like, oh, Hog's meta or whatever. I have to play Hog. You don't have to play Hog. Right, good hook. Right, you shoot him. Okay, he's pocketed, whatever. Right, still got other options. For the record, that soldier's got to die eventually, right? I don't know that I would totally ignore him completely, but... Again, the pocketed Ashe is just killing everybody. Right? I'd focus probably on their back. Like, why are you trying to move the cart forward and kill these 2 when you have 2 in your backline? They're killing your backline. Right? Both of your DPS are having to fight the DPS and the support right now on high ground. Why don't you just go back and help them? Right? Hook them or follow the soldier up and make sure he dies. Right? I don't get why you don't just go back right now and finish this fight so your team can come back. You're just moving the cart by yourself, right, with Kiriko, right, but she can just leave at any time. And nothing over here matters. You have to wipe the opposing team to do anything. You pull the queen down. Right? Okay, your Ashe here, right, so you should force Coach Gun and then hook. Right, hook on the Mercy. So, you know, I don't think this hook could possibly have landed. Like, I don't think it's an aim issue. I think you're too far. But we'll find out. I guess you could have landed it. Okay, so you just missed it. Alright. Ashe is just farming you, right? She has Bob again now. Right, she's farmed the heck out of you for ulti. Alright, once again, Junker Queen's in your back line, right? Forcing out abilities, pushing them back. I don't know why you're chasing this when she has a Mega. You are unbelievably lucky that she misses this. Because if she did this correctly, like she hits a wall here, right? This is just an error. This is not like you dodged it. She just hits the wall. If she goes out here when you're healing, right, with her anti, you die here. You should have died here. This is 100% an error by her. You're crazy lucky to not be dead there. Okay, you miss another hook. I like to point out that you are a flick player, and probably have mouse sensitivity way too high. Watch this hook, right? So you're gonna heal. And then right here, watch this hook. right? You snap so far out to the left instead of just if you just treat it like a hit scan weapon at close range, you would hit her. Right? Just stay on her. Okay. So whole hog, good. Right, get the kill. Great. Turn around, kill the Kiriko. So her missing you on the ultimate is what wins this point. If she hit you that ultimate, you would have lost, and then probably not even got first point. So you're playing on borrowed time here. All right, great. So Junkertown, right? Again, second point. They have control of high ground. It is your job to get them off high ground. How are you going to do that? That should be your perspective as a Roadhog, as a tank player, right? What is your goal to get them off of high ground? And you should probably stop taking so much damage because you're beating the hell out of ultimates. Right, so your supports can't really do anything right now because they're covered. Again, another hook, another miss. Hook out. Right, close, but you would have had to go for the Ashe, not the Kiriko. Okay, rush is popped, right? Visor is popped, right? So your Genji tries to blade here to potentially kill the soldier. You land the hook, good, right? Kill. Okay, Genji's in, so you should be in too. You shoot the cart, you shoot the cart again, right? You shoot a shot. That left click does no damage at that range. You should just right click. Hook, right? Get kill, good, right? But let's think about it for a second. Why did we even get this far? Because you went a tank that actually did something. It's not a problem with Raymondkch necessarily, right? I don't know how I would play Raymondkch. I don't have Raymondkch. I haven't played Raymondkch. I don't know. I don't know that game sense. But you went a tank that actually had some presence on the battlefield. Because Raymondkch, you had zero presence so far, right? As Roadhog, you're doing something. Even the threat of your hook causes people to move around and displace, right? But as Raymondkch, you had no presence whatsoever. Missed that hook, which frankly she wasn't even dodging. She was just basically standing in place. Should miss those. Right, hook, okay, that's fine, actually good, right? You gotta get her off high ground, right? Otherwise she's gonna go for your backline. Bob's up. Right, now a lot of things are gonna go wrong here. So this is pretty problematic. I think this is understandable. Like, you just kind of back up. There's not much you can do about Bob. Bob's slept right now anyway. Why would you come back out this way? You're down 2, okay? You're down 2. These two are way too far back for you to do anything about it. Just go back through underground, right? Why would you walk in front of the whole team here? Like, let's watch this. Does that seem like you had high value? Was that the right decision for you to make, to just walk out there and die? And then just feed more ult charge? I don't even know that you realize that ult charge is gained from dealing damage, considering how cavalier you are about just taking damage all the time.
60 seconds remaining.
Okay, again, another miss. Yeah, I mean, you flick so much, right? There's no reason for you to even have a vertical flick here, but watch your aim. Okay. You see? What's that for? Why are you flicking up? Are you trying to get a headshot? At this distance, you see how much scatter there is? You should be aiming down. You should be aiming at her hips. That's the correct full damage shot right here. Not up in the air, like this is a hit scan weapon. Which I don't even think that was the right level anyway. Right? Goes for a cleave. Right? She really should die here. Don't be afraid of her. She should not die here. She has to roll it, right? Shoot first, then hook. Right? At the distance, left click, hook, left click. Does most damage. You should have tried to right click to get a kill there. Again, your DPS are getting kills. You miss another easy hook. Right, this one I think you really should hit. Okay. Again, she's not dodging you. She's going backwards in a straight line, and you just don't factor that in. You completely whiff this. Right, your DPS getting more kills. And again, surprisingly, when there's space, they get kills. When there is no space, they don't get kills. They pop beat. This is a good whole hog, right? You're keeping them on touch point. This is a good whole hog. Right, I would definitely turn the corner. Right, Kiriko goes. That's fine. You cap. Most important thing. Right, that was good value right there. That was like the first, I would say, really good high value thing you did here. Right. It didn't take a lot of skill. Right, you just aimed it down the hallway, but like it was the right time and the right position, and that's what you need sometimes to win a fight. Okay, you miss another hook. You're just walking backwards in a straight line. Okay, just again, you take so much damage. Just watch. Okay, watch. Right? They're all shooting at you. Every person is shooting at you. And you just walk backwards in a straight... You could have taken cover in the doorway, right? You're just eating this shot, right? You're gonna eat these too, right? There's no reason for you to be eating all those shots, and then you eat even more damage. Okay, you should step in front of Cassidy here. Just blow him up. Okay, that's fine. You know, whatever. Like you traded ultimates, you lose the fight. Good. Or like you force ultimates. Okay, you come out. Okay, you're gonna come out as Doomfist. Alright. So again, you see the Junker Queen here. So you know her strategy the whole game has been to play close, right, and go in after your supports. So you must recognize either A, I have to kill her or force her back, or B, I have to do more damage to their team than she does to my team. Alright? Those are your only options. This applies to all tanks, right? Either I have to deflect their tank, or I have to do more to their team than their tank does to mine. Only two options for tank. Okay, you get healed up. Right, you didn't get full heal. I mean, honestly, with Doom, you really should get fully healed here. Okay, you dive. You dive 2 people. And you miss both of them. Alright. Then you go in. You punch. Okay, block. Alright, you get nano here, which I don't know why anyone would nano you, considering, quite frankly, to be brutally honest, you're playing this game. I would nano, like, your Soldier or Cassidy here, who've done far more than you have. How many kills do you have this game? I think you probably have like 3 final blows, maybe? Something like that? Like, if you're getting just about 1.5 final blows per point, like, you are not doing very well. If you're getting about a quarter final blow per fight. Alright, so you punch him in. Good, right? There you go. Get some value. Find more, get stuck here. Right, you punch in again. Okay, you missed some shots, which would have killed him. Finally get him. Great. High ground's problem here. You dive. Right, you hit this, you knock her off grid. Oh, knocked her over there, that's fine. Kiriko goes. You punch, it punches short. Right, again, if you had landed the punch, she would knock to the ground and she would die here, right? If you landed that punch all the way, if you charged it more, she would get knocked off onto the ground in front of your team and she would die. So, again, another mistake. Okay, you hear the Junker Queen in the back line. You slam, you miss. Right? You don't need to play on cart. Remember, it's not your job to stay on cart. Your whole team is here. You don't need to play on cart. Right? You have to get off cart to get kills. Okay, you miss it. Stuck. You're charged. Okay, so you had many options here, right? Including just coming back and going for the Junker Queen. Okay, you come back, you go for the Junker Queen, she runs away, right? You get healed, and then the fight continues. You landing, right? You landing, missing the Cassidy, right? Missing the Cassidy. Again, like imagine if you landed over here. Missing the Cassidy and then having them kill you so easily is, quite frankly, really bad. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Also, I want to go back and confirm whether or not that was a nano you got, or was it just a charged punch. No, it's just a charged punch. Yeah, she never actually. I want watching to see who Anna actually has like nano. Okay, so anyway, you end up losing that fight, right? Obviously, because you die. I don't know how you look at that first half and you think, man, my DPS were the problem. Like, you didn't do anything. Like, actually, you did virtually nothing. As Raymondkch, you did actually nothing. For Roadhog, you started out okay, and then you didn't know how to play the second point at all. You missed virtually every single hook, and your DPS carried you through it, right? Like, you did very little to impact that second point. And then for third point, once again, you come out as Hog, you miss hooks, you die, feed a bunch of full charge. You come back as Doomfist, and then you do basically nothing. You kill the one Cassidy when he's super isolated, and beyond that, I don't think you got any other kills. So far, you played an entire first half and got three kills, I think? Maybe four. It's pretty hard to win games if that happens, you know? Like, you wasted a lot of time doing that. Okay, let's watch. And I definitely don't feel like the Junker was so good. I think the Junker just did her job, right? She just sat on your flank, waited for you to go in, went after your backline. And then she killed more of your backline more than you did. So you're playing Hog now. Okay, by the way, walking around like that makes sound. See? Like, they can hear it and then be like, okay, you're here. Like, why would you do this? I can't believe that you played Overwatch like this much and you don't recognize that how important sound is. Hog has like the heaviest footsteps in the game. Everyone comes to spawn and they're looking for you right away. The Junker Queen was crouched here in the corner. You are walking around like a madman, making a ton of noise. And of course, they all hear you. Now you get naded, and then you get slept, and then you feed. If you were the DPS, and your DPS gets a kill right now. This is the quintessential moment of like the discrepancy between what you think happens and what actually happens in the game. You think, hey, I'm playing so well on tank, right? The Junker Queen is so good. How could I possibly have done anything differently? My DPS are just not good enough, okay? Number one, you made a ton of noise when you're trying to be in a selfie position. Number two, you stepped out in the open. Number three, you get slept. Number four, you get naded, and then you feed instantly before anyone in your team can do anything to help you, okay? And your Widow gets a pick at the same time with no help from you. So if that doesn't illustrate the point, I don't know what is. Okay, you're going to come back as Orisa, which is great. I love Orisa. Orisa's so good. Okay, you come out. Do you know how to play Orisa? We're going to find out. Okay, so number one, you see this Hanzo in here. What the heck? Why didn't you just throw the javelin right away? You throw. Oh, wait, this is your team. I'm sorry. I forgot the colors messed me up. Okay, so you step forward. That's fine. Okay, you throw javelin. Okay, you pop fortify, but really, really early. Okay, why did you fortify? You're at full health. Okay, your team is not able to help you around the corner. I don't think you understand corners at all in Overwatch. That's also my takeaway here. Is I don't think you understand how this works. So you are pushing around this corner. Okay, you are currently in a 1-on-5 situation. Can anyone help you? The Hanzo can. Right? The Moira is too far away to be able to heal you, but she can get there. So let's call this a 3-on-5 situation. The Ana is still not quite ready to be able to do anything, right? She's still got to walk over. And then you have a Widow who is playing here. Why are you initiating right now? Right? Way too early. This isn't going to do anything. Like, they're just going to shoot at you. You see? Like, if you run at the enemy and they don't back up, you know you have made a mistake as a tank. If you run at the enemy and they don't run away from you, in fact, they come towards you, the person who is out of position is not them, it is you. You are the one who is out of position because they look at the situation and they realize that you are a fool. And they're like, okay, the Orisa's just going to feed, we're just going to kill her. Right? Look at this from the perspective of the soldier. Okay? Because she's the only one who actually takes any damage here, and I don't think she takes damage from me. She should have killed that Hanzo right there. Oh, she had no charge. Alright, push pressure. Okay. Again, she eats this Hanzo shot. That's the damage that happens. But even then, she's not scared. She's like, okay, I'll just keep shooting you. Right? Does this look like you're going to force them off high ground? No, there's no way. What are you going to do here? Right? Okay, you spin. I don't even know why you spin here. I guess because you get super lit up. Right, fortify, which is bad fortify. You should just play this corner. Where you get absolute wrecked. There's also Discord, which you keep in mind. Again, you would probably die here if you don't spin. Back up. You force your team to heal you. Look up top right. Your Hanzo just got 2 kills there. And you didn't help at all, right? All you did was stood in the middle. Like, they didn't even need to fight you. It's not like you were putting pressure on them and the Hanzo got kills. It's not like you were damaging them or javelin them to a wall or something. The Hanzo's just getting kills straight up without you. Okay, you're pushing forward, which is, maybe right play, maybe wrong play. You know the Junker Queen's behind. Right? I think this is the right call to back up, right? Try to figure out. Oh. DPS gets another kill. Look at all these picks the DPS are getting. Okay, great. Oh, I don't know why you don't javelin. Right? She slept. Okay? Like, this is your own teammate. She slept, just javelin her, and she'll get knocked into the shed and take extra damage. Right? Instead, she's free. You javelin her when she's up, which actually helps her get away. Right? And now you're like, oh, shit. You don't want to fight that. Which is understandable. Now their DPS get picks. Again, it happens, right? Like, that's just what happens. Like, sometimes, like, picks will happen. It's your job to stabilize. Okay? You decide not to fit the Zanlin card. You go up to the Queen. The problem is the Queen's never going to die here. Try to go. Like, you really have to get a pick here, right? And if you can't get a pick in this situation, then you're never gonna climb, right? If you're like, I don't have the mechanics to figure out how to get a kill in this situation, then you're simply never gonna climb. I'm gonna be brutally honest here, right? It's a good javelin right here. So again, you should have killed her back when she was slept, right? You should have just nailed her into the wall, and then you could have spun to get in front of her and prevent her from getting well, actually you spun to get there, right? But after that, you could have ran in front of her to head her off from getting to the Mega. Is really the play that had to happen there. But like the whole team turns back to the Queen, and then as a result, their DPS gets to walk in. Right? Even her sleeping, she generates more pressure than you will. I don't think your aim is particularly good either. There's a lot of shots you're missing on Orisa. Okay, you come up forwards. Hanzo dies. Again, it happens, right? So, I feel like you're missing audio cues. Like, you must have recognized the Junker Queen is behind you right now. Like, this Junker Queen is just dunking all over you. Like, why are you pushing this? Right? In this 3-on-1 situation, why are you pushing this? 4-on-1 situation. What goes through your head that makes you think, man, this is the right call for me to be doing right now? Is for me to quit. Like, then you're forced to use all your cooldowns. You're nearly dead here. For what? What did you accomplish? Did you even slow the card? Right? Now your team is all forced to heal you, okay? And they pop the cooldowns. And now your Ana, who is healing you, is unable to react to the Junker Queen who's behind her. And look, Junker Queen once again goes in, gets another kill. Right? What are you doing? Absolutely nothing. In fact, you're taking resources away from your team by being in terrible positions. Okay, Queen ults in. Alright, you pop Fortify, you miss Javelin, and then you get melted. I mean, again, your Ana's dead, so it's gonna be tough. What the heck is this? Okay, so you come out of spawn. Right, they're gonna cap clearly. Like, you can't even get there in time to touch it if you wanted to. Queen pulls you forward. You decide to continue moving forwards, so you're gonna open up your entire backside to the enemy team. Right, that's what's gonna happen here. Right, you even see the doors opening. You come up, you get absolutely lit up. You're forced to use spin. Right, you're already super low. You're forced to come back. Like, again, you're doing absolutely nothing to slow down or stop this card. Or pressure the DPS, or pressure the supports. All you did was run over here, feed a bunch of ult charge, run up here, spend all your ultimate cooldowns, and then immediately drop. That's what you just did. Right? You're taking a ton of damage. Again, if you're in a weak situation, play tight to the corner, right? Don't go wide. If you're wide, you can get shot. If you play tight to the corner, it's much harder for them to attack you, right? You're taking a ton of damage, right? The Queen, even though she's purple, is trying to kill you because of how overextended you were. Okay, Sojourn's here. Great. Kiriko kills her. Not really you. You missed the Javelin into the wall. Okay, now you're going to try to walk into a 1-on-3 before your team is ready. You realize your mistake. You walk backwards in a straight line. Okay, I'm going to watch from the Zen perspective so that you can see just truly how silly your behavior is. Zen's just sitting in the cart, right? Zen's not stepping up. Zen's not going to try to do anything. Okay, discords you. Just shoot. Yeah, just regular stuff. Okay, just walking backwards in a straight line, getting lit up. Right? Zen hit basically every single shot on you. Okay, Bob's in, right? He's killing it. Again, look, your DPS got another kill with no help from you. Damn. DPS get blamed all the time, man. Okay, again, the Queen is over here and it's going to be a problem. I understand the cart is going to touch, but you have a lot of time. It doesn't end when it touches this line. It ends when it touches that line. Okay? You have the ability to go over and pressure the Junker Queen out. Okay, you walk over here. You're probably playing an ulti. You only get 2. Right? You draw a nano here, which is really unfortunate because you really need that nano probably. You have 4 minutes to go. Okay, very bad tracking there. Queen's still in your back line. Team manages to kill her without you. Pushes in. Right. I don't know anything that just happened. Okay, so they're gonna pop Kitsune Rush. Okay, Hanzo dies. Again, the Hanzo's gotten plenty of picks on his own, right? So I wouldn't look at this and be like, oh, Hanzo's like an idiot. Okay, Queen is clearly trying to go over you instead of deflecting her back, right? Because all she really has is her shotgun and she has cleave. If you just spin the Queen back every time she tries to go forwards, that is tremendous value, and it's very easy to execute. Instead, right, you mess this up, you don't back up enough, Queen's now in your back line. She charges your Ana. Right? I feel so bad for your Ana. Right? Once again, she gets killed. Right, now you're spinning her away, but you mess up the spin, because what you should have done is you should have pushed her towards her spawn to make sure she dies. Right? You see how you go to the right instead of to the left? You should have gone to the left to push her towards her spawn to prevent her from escaping. Again, throw javelin. Right? You should have opened with javelin. You should have shot so she didn't realize where you were. Queen goes in, gets another kill. Right? But honestly, she shouldn't have gotten in. That's actually her mistake. But she gets another kill because you're completely unable to stop the queen from ever doing anything. All right. Tank has got Orisa. You're missing so much. Okay, you throw a javelin. I can understand that, but again, your team cannot follow up on that. You were playing again. You took way too much damage because you're this corner where it's going to be 5-on-1. Just play back, force their tank to walk into your team, not vice versa. Okay, so this part's less you because you're already dealing with the Orisa. There's not much you can do about high ground. But if I were you, when I would have time, I would have rotated and played high ground. That way you could deflect them as long as possible before dropping to deal with the Orisa. Okay, so you pop an ultimate. You're very lucky to get the soldier. I think she jumps into this. Yeah, I think she literally walks into this. Where the heck is the soldier? Oh. Yeah. She's just not paying attention, and she just walks into the, or she just stays at the edge and dies. That's very, very lucky. You did not deserve that kill, right? And you notice that you did almost no damage to the Orisa because she just fortifies and walks out of it. That's a bad ultimate. You had to at least get the Zen there and force trance. And after that, I assume you guys are just gonna triple that. Alright, here comes Winston. Then wait till we go. You have to go high ground. I guess you don't have to go high ground. Get to here. Yeah, you're just gonna die here. Okay, so looking back at this, what makes you think that this is a DPS diff? Okay, is it? I would feel DPS diff as a tank if I'm going in, I'm getting people low, I'm forcing defensive cooldowns, and no one is dying, right? Conversely, I feel like their DPS are doing the same to us. That's when I would say, hey, maybe there's a DPS diff. Here, it feels like a massive tank diff, right? Just ask your team. Would your team rather have played with the Junker Queen or with you? And if the answer is the other team's tank, then you are the problem, right? That's like a really easy way to think about it is simply who played better, their tank or me? And keep in mind, sometimes even being the better tank is not enough to win the game, right? For a variety of reasons. But at a minimum, at this game, their tank did so much more than you did that it is incredible for you to blame the DPS in the situation. Okay, I would estimate their tank was at least twice as good as you were in this game if we created some metric to evaluate overall impact. Consistently getting into your backline, consistently killing your supports, consistently killing your DPS, consistently stalling the cart, right? Consistently drawing attention. You did not consistently do any of those things. The most successful you were at was on Hog when you were hitting hooks initially, and then completely fell off a cliff after that. That's like the only blip here where you're actually adding any meaningful amount of value, okay? For ultimates, your Raymondkch ult did nothing. Your Hog ult killed somebody in the room, right? That was big, right? Killing the, but granted, you should have been dead before then, but you killed the Queen and killed the Kiriko there, right? And then I think your next Hog ult did work, right? You prevented them from contesting the second point, and then after that, you went Doomfist ulti and you threw your life away. It honestly would have been better if you didn't have ulti at all. Doomfist ulti threw ult away, and Orisa threw ult away. So that's a lot of misses. Basically, all of your ultimates that weren't your Hog had no value. Okay? So you couldn't get picks, you couldn't make space, you couldn't draw attention, you couldn't protect your own team, and your ultimates were almost all bad except for Hog. It's tough to win games, right? Again, if you think you were going to get out of Platinum, you have to play like a Diamond level tank. Diamond level tanks do not play like this. Okay? I just watching you run around as Raymondkch at the beginning of the game. Okay? Let's just watch this again. Now that with the benefit of like seeing everything that happens, okay? You just walk out here, right? Oh, Queen's in your back line, you just chase her. Okay? Chase over here. Okay? You do nothing. Queen comes in your Genji dies right now, trying to save you. Right? Queen's in your backline, kills 2. Chase her around. right? You don't do anything, you come back, right? She pushes you into your spawn. This is like the ultimate space creation, okay? You force more healing, you do nothing over here, you chase the queen, she goes in your back line, right? She's gonna kill your Anna here, right? Then she walks away. Again, you could have thrown E at any time to stop her from getting away. Again, you go up here, and then you die. Like, just looking at that life, does that look like you gave value? Right? You come out again. Right? And then, yeah, like your whole team loses behind you because you chased the one Kiriko. Right? And then, like, so many things go wrong as Doomfist, and then looking at your Hog, initially at the start, I think you just don't know how to play Junkertown first point, probably. But here, everyone they all know you're here, right? It's so obvious, they can hear the sound, and then you get immediately killed. Alright, hopefully that's illustrative of the many issues you have as a tank, right? I would say fundamentally, wrapping up, you do not understand what it takes, what tanks are supposed to do. And that's why everything looks like a DPS diff to you. Okay, you don't understand space creation, you don't understand how to get picks, you don't understand how to peel for your team. And you get poor value out of your ultimates. So yeah, tough to win games like that.